Okay, so over to the side, I usually, like, I'm doing this out of the book, right? So I would write the points on my paper like this. Because you don't have to graph them. But we are, so you can see it. So in the book, I would assume you would write down the points. And these arrows, equals with an arrow, means goes to. And it's going to be F prime. And what? G prime. And H prime. And J prime. Okay, so it says, what am I doing with it? What's the capital R stand for? Reflect. Over what? The x-axis. So the x-axis is right here, yes. Can hardly see it, but I did do that. So my rule on the other slide says the reflection over the x-axis is what? X and negative y. So I'm not gonna change any of my x's, correct? So 0, 2, 4, and negative 2. And what am I going to do to all of my y's? Make them negative or the opposite sign, yes? So it'd be 0 and what? Negative 3. 2 and... Okay, because there's no negative 0, is it? Nope. And remember when we talked about the point when it was on the line of reflection, it would be the same, wouldn't it? Okay, then we're going to graph it again. So graph it again. So did your picture reflect over the x-axis? Okay, now I talked about counting, right, on a grid. So this F is 1, 2, 3 from the line of reflection, yes? So F prime needs to be 1, 2, 3 away, doesn't it? See how that works? G prime is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I should go what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did that get me to G prime? H is 1, 2. So to get to H prime, it should be 1, 2. And J is on the line, so it should just be where it was. If I ask you to do this over the y-axis, actually I should different color. Do you have room to write more on yours? Or did you fill it up? What's my rule for y-axis? Negative xy. So do you want to take the red or the blue and reflect it over the y? The blue or the red? Blue? Okay, so we're coming down here. Yes? So what would f, we're going to put double prime this time, just because it's a different one, right? What would it be? 0, 3. Because you can't put a negative 0, can you? No. Okay, what would g double prime be? Say that again? Negative 2, 4. H double prime? Negative 4, 2. And J double prime? 2, 0. So when we're done, it should be over here, yes? It's easy to see that reflection to me. Is it easy to see that it's reflected? So that can be hard? No. Horizontal and vertical is easy. So how far away? Oh, I didn't number. This is what? F double prime? No, it is not. That's what? G. This is F double prime. H double prime. And J. So could I count again if I wanted to? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes? Okay. These are the X and Y axis, but if I put it like over here instead of across that line, you would just count, wouldn't you? Okay, so don't make it hard. Make it easy. Make it easy. Questions? Okay, y-axis. Did we just do this? Yeah. Are those exactly the same points? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I want you to do it on your own. It's not a quadrilateral anymore. It's a what? What shape is that? Anybody? It's on your paper, so can anybody read it? Triangle. If I didn't tell you, how would you know it's a triangle? It has 3 points, right? What? Yeah, I just put the first one. Okay, so we're just going to review. Image. The blank figure of transformation. What do you think? What is the image? Is it the starting or the ending?
Ending.
It's the ending. So let's just use ending. Does that work? I want your words, okay, guys? If I wanted my words, I would tell you what to put in there. It's the ending figure of transformation. Anyone want a different word? Final? Result? Right? Okay? Example. The smaller building of his drawing is an blank taken from the larger building. Is an image. Okay, so line of reflection, remember, a line that a blank is blanked across. Your notes could help you. Line that a well, you can't say image, right? So what is it called before it starts? Pre-image. Is blanked across. Reflected. Guys, I'm not asking for like book words. I'm just what words make sense to you. Does that make sense where we're going? Okay, when I see a mountain blank in a lake, the horizon is the blank of blank. When I see a mountain, what in a lake? Reflecting? Oops. I was going to put reflection. The blank horizon is the blank of blank.
Line of reflection.
Line of reflection. So pre-image. The beginning. Okay. The beginning figure of a transformation, starting figure. Okay. The pre-image is the blank figure before transformation. Let's not use beginning. Starting. Okay. We could put original, yes. Initial, any of those words.
So for pre-image, could I say this, the original figure?
Yes. Yep. If you want original, whatever words make sense to you, as long as it's a synonym. What's a synonym mean? Means the same. Reflect an image of something. Okay, that's really weird. Reflect an image of something. The blank reflects light into the wall. Mirror. Okay, reflection, a blank image of an object. A mirror image. The artist can see a blank of the sky in the pond. Reflection. Transformation. A change in the blank, or blank of a geometric figure. We don't have all those words yet. Okay, you have translation. Which means like a slide. Okay. We have reflection. I'm going to put on the big line. And rotation. Those are all rigid motions. Translation means to move it left, right, up, down. What does rotation mean? Turn it. Okay. And reflection means to reflect it, right? So a blank the cup across the table is a transformation. What? What are you doing with the cup across the table? Well, you're not going to reflect it, are you? Translation or slide, right? Or move. Which one do you guys want? Move? Moving. Because I'm not changing the cup size, am I? I'm just moving it from one place to the next. Okay, now we're going to at the bottom. We're going to circle the right one, it looks like. Doesn't it, to you? Okay, the blank of the solar panel is made by turning the first panel 90 degrees? Image, because you turned it, right? Moving a chess piece is a blank,
Transformation.
is a transformation. The water blanks the clouds, reflects. Use the word in the table to fill in the blanks. Do that real quick. Well, if I could spell, we'd be doing major things. No one called me out on it. Mirror.
I wasn't sure.
No, I was looking at my top stuff and I'm like, wait a second. That'd be dangerous. If I could do math and spell, I could like take over the world. Okay, did you get line of reflection, and preimage? You guys are so brilliant. Okay, back. Front. Yes, front. Okay, tell whether it is a rigid motion or not.
Yeah.
You think one is?
Yeah.
Okay, so is a rigid motion. Because the size and shape is not changed. What about number 2?
Nope.
No, is not a rigid motion. So if it is a rigid motion, you can just tell me yes. But if it is not, you need to tell me why. And that's because I want you to know that definition well. Got it? Okay, so an example we have here to here. Yes? We have the right to the left. How do I know I went from right to left? What are my labels? I have A and A prime, right? Okay, shows the graph of the reflection of a quadrilateral across line M. And line M is there, you see it here. Kind of all blends together, right? Oh, that's just an example. So that's it. So what do we think we notice? How far is A away from line M? 1. How far is A prime away from 1? How far is B? 2. How far is B prime?
2.
Get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the bottom, it says where the equation is x equals 4 is the rule for the reflection. What's the error? Okay, x equals 4 is what kind of a line? We've talked about it before. It's x.
Horizontal.
No, it's x. Horizontal would be what?
Oh, I was right. Vertical.
Okay, so this is a vertical line at what? 4. So it's here. Is that right? No. So it is not a vertical reflection. It is a what? Horizontal at what?
Y4.
So where it's R, right? At y equals what?
4.
How do you know it's y equals 4?
because it's like directly in the middle, and you can tell that because of A and A prime, C.
What I want is the first thing you said. It is directly in the what?
Middle.
Middle. See that? So if I counted 1, 2, what's half of 2? 1. So you would go up 1 and down 1, and that would be your line of reflection. Make sense? Okay. So on the bottom, which is lines of reflection? Is it A or B?
For the first one, it's A since it's directly in the middle.
Right. Well, it's because the shape is what? Reflected, yes? Okay, so it's line A.
And then line B since the shape is reflected.
Well, line B reflects the whole shape. Does line A reflect the shape onto itself? I understand that. Is it the same on both sides?
Yeah.
If I covered this up and that didn't exist, is it the same on both sides?
No. One part's fatter than the others.
One part's fatter than the other. Isn't the right closer to B than the left? Yes.
It's tilted.
Okay, it's tilted. So if it wasn't tilted, right, and they were the same, could it be that way too? Yes. So do you really need to pay attention? Yes. Okay, so we're line what? Line B. So those are just some basics before you start your assignment. Now, I want to let you know up here, if I gave you this A, like this is the assignment in the book, okay? And I said reflect that across this line. So what I would expect you to do would be A, B, C. Okay, what is the point for A? What's that point?
1, 5.
1, 5. Okay, what's the point for B?
6, 7.
What is the point for C?
7, 5.
7, 5. Okay, so this image isn't here, got it? Okay, it says reflect across y equals 4, so you would make a y equals what? 4? Or think about it, right? So are my x's going to change? Am I reflecting across the y, or my x is going to change?
No.
No, my what are going to change?
The Y's.
My y's. So from 5 to 4, what's the difference? From 5 to 4, what's the difference? From 5 to 4. What'd you say? Oh, I thought you said more than that. I was like, it's 1, yes? So if I have to go 1 down to get to the line, I have to do what to get to the next point? Double it. So that would be minus 1 times 2. So A prime would be what? What's negative 1 times 2?
-2.
Negative 2. So what's 5 minus 2? 3. Is this point not at 1, 3? Okay, see what I'm doing? Okay, B, I'm going from 7 to where? 4. What's the difference? 3. So minus 3 because I'm going down, right? Times what? 2. So what's negative 3 times 2? So negative 6.
That'd be 1.
So 6 and 7 minus 6 is
1.
1. Is this at 6, 1?
Yes.
You see how I'm getting this, guys? Why am I doubling it every time? Because you got to get to the line and then you have to do what? The same. So, how far is 5 from 4? Down 1
Mm-hmm.
times 2.
-2,
So negative 2. So 5 minus 2,
3.
3. Do you see how I can do this without graphing? Oops, I was going to put negative 3. Does that make sense? Where did the negative 1, negative 3, negative 1 come from? How far it was to the what?
4.
To the 4. And I used the y because it says what? Y? Why did I multiply by 2?
Because you doubled it.
Because you double it. Because you go down 1, so you have to go 1 more. You go down 3, so you have to go down 3. What if this was x equaled 4? I wouldn't do it to the y, I would do it to the what? X. Make sense? Okay. So you have your book assignment. It is 110, 6 through 9, 17 through 27, and then 30. It's on the backboard. It's in classroom. It's everywhere.